All right. So, I kind of want to preface this with I've done low carbs, I've done no carbs, I've done no fiber, I've done Atkins diets, I've done carnivore diets, I've done keto diets, I've done vegetarian diets. That one didn't last too long. And what essentially this is kind of with life, similar to life. Life always is a individual journey of understanding. So everybody's life has different journeys. So every one life has to have a journey of financial learning and a journey of budgeting and a journey of education on maybe technology and computers and a journey on health and fitness. And so every life, and not everybody gets as far down each path in each particular field. So for me, I broke my spine when I was 19, couldn't walk. It gave me numbness, issues with my arms when I hold above my head, 3 places in my spine, erectile dysfunction. It gave me a lot of problems. So at that age, I realized I knew nothing about my body. I knew nothing about health. I knew nothing about fitness. All right, just a moment. All right, now call scammers. So life and fitness, it's a personal journey. All right, so I've been down a lot of the health and fitness path, and I've beaten my way, and I've gone into the brush on this side and this side and this side. And essentially, what eventually I came to the conclusion of, and what I've noticed with the carnivore, I ended up putrefying far too much protein in my intestinal, in my large intestine, small intestine. It works well. It's easier on the gut mucosal layer. It's easier on the digestive organs if you've had problems with digestion and inflammation because you've been eating too much grains your whole life, which is mostly wheats and corns and things like that. You can end up compromising your gut lining, the lining where the actual nutrition and the little hairs in your intestine, they're hair-like filaments or whatever, they actually pull nutrients out of the food particles and matter as it's scraping by, and then it releases into the bloodstream. Well, that layer, those little things can become damaged and wear off, and feces can actually seep through that lining and into your bloodstream. And you can begin to develop autoimmune issues. You can develop all kinds of these weird things because your body's attacking itself and you're seeping your own feces into your bloodstream. So you have got to repair your gut mucosal layer. Well, some people, very few, but when they go on carnivore, all of a sudden they don't have pain of digestion near as much. Now, you should heal your gut lining, and I personally like to do this with bone broth. Bone broth and fasting, increase some salt with that bone broth so you can get some electrolyte balance, so that you can heal. You got to learn some of your digestive organs, okay? Stomach, you got your small intestine after that. Your pancreas is dumping enzymes right into that, right underneath the stomach. You got a liver, you got kidneys. On top of your kidneys, you have adrenal glands that dump hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It's for breaking down things. If you're catabolic, you're catabolizing your muscle proteins off your skeleton. So there's just certain things that you want to learn and educate yourself about. But as far as carnivore, it can work. It works for a while until it doesn't, just like every other diet. The Atkins diet was somewhat similar to this. Now, if you're able to do carnivore for longer than a year, longer than 2 years, give it a decade, then it works permanently for you. Most of the time, though, any sort of one particular mode of thinking, of diet, of of one type of, it's only this way for every, and it's not this way, that will not last and it will not work. But if it's been working for 1 year, 2 years, a decade for you, then continue to do it. Most people, though, do want to live a normal, balanced life and be able to have a few carbohydrates. I eat a little bit of rice, but I eat just enough until I start to feel like it's way too much and I don't like it anymore from the blood sugar raising, okay? So blood sugar is a key thing in understanding your gut health and how your body functions and actually switches between burning fat, and burning carbohydrates of the blood, and the liver storing some of those blood sugars and glucose. So if you can actually learn a little bit more, then carnivore has helped you along your continual journey of health and fitness. Okay, there's no one end all be all, and things aren't just one type of way. All right, we can get stuck. But we don't want to be stuck for forever in certain types of thinking. But carnivore is a great tool to break the tongue, of hyperpalatable foods. So if that helped you to break your tongue from hyperpalatable foods, then kudos. If you want to do it without carnivore, just fast, quit eating. You put any sort of a whole food on your tongue and it will taste amazing when you're actually hungry. All right, peace.